seagull and a large black crow swept down, which crow represents
black crow.
crow represents. Hey, Nate looks like a crow. He looks like a crow, man.
Wouldn't have attacked them doves because he's a black counterpart to the Vicar of Christ.
Yeah, but he looks like a crow, a big black crow, and a large black crow swept down on the doves right away. They were set free from the open window of the apostolic palace. Just like Elatar said.
Apostolic palace.
Apostolic palace.
Comfy probably released the birds.
Comfy who? Comfy what? What is that?
Yeah, Comfy is no longer. Hey, well, that's why them what do you call them? Not the Rosicrucians, but the what's that other group? The Knights of Malta. Yeah. That's why they got Johanna. They got Yeshaya back, man.
Yeah.
They bringing him out, man. You know.
Yeah. And the first thing he said was, the first thing he tried to do was destroy the book of Galatians 4:26, where it says that Jerusalem is the mother of us all. That's the first thing.
Well, basically, when he said that, he was talking about his God. Which his God goes back to of the Chaldees.
That's right.
Okay, he's following the religion of Abraham's father, Terah.
Terah, right.
Because the Lord wasn't dealing with Terah. The Lord was dealing with Abraham.
That's right.
Because Terah, right. Abraham's father, was all into them black, demonic, Canaanite gods and so forth. Hermetic gods, okay?
That's right. Yeah, so basically that story of the birds is just showing you, is just one example of how the Most High could put the spirit on the birds to attack at will. And those birds, they're going to definitely start attacking people. Today it was doves. Tomorrow it's going to be people.
Hey, well, let me say this too. Now, when you look up the word, and I went through it the other day, when you look up the religious aspects of the pagan Roman Empire, and that's where the so-called Holy Roman Empire, the Holy See that you know of today, the Roman Catholic Church, their religious rites go back to the pagan rites of the pagan Roman Empire. Now, you had what was called augurs, and they were inaugurated, like the president is inaugurated. When you look up the word augur, it goes back to a pagan Roman soothsayer. And basically what it means is man who looks at birds, because that's where they get the omen from. They look at the way the birds fly in formation, whatever bird does, and they see things. So really that was an omen right there. The fact that the doves were let loose, and those vulture birds or those scavenger birds came, swooped down and grabbed them up, that's an omen. And they know it's an omen, you know?
Yeah, that's heavy. This is an omen of death. Kind of omen of death, like the elder said. And this is the book to back them up, too. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 39, verse 28. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts, like the elders was talking about those vultures, man. Okay, their teeth, and then their talons, they got their claws, they come and pluck your eyes out and stuff, with them talons. All right, it says teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and sword, punishing the wicked to destruction.
Can I say this too? And it also said fire. That also represents these floods, these tsunamis, these earthquakes, volcanoes. That represents all that, man, and that's happening right now. So we already in the destruction. We in it already, man. We already in it. We in World War III right now. We in what they said. World War III started already. It's already here. It's just going to intensify more. We in the destruction. We talking about the destruction is coming. We already in it. Just to let y'all know, we already in it. So like I said, man, like we got on the women, but you niggas out here, y'all women too, man. This is the last couple of hours, man. This is the last couple of hours for all the bullshit to go on, man.
Yeah, that's like that movie, The Purge.
Yeah.
You know, they were saying they were counting down the hours before that night of the Purge came in.
Gun.
You know, and then once the sun went down, if you were caught outside, that was your ass. You know, man. So that's the time that we're coming up to.
And you notice all these movies, all these apocalyptic movies are coming out. The Purge, and every last one of them goddamn movies, like when the hell break, the women is just humble and scared. Yep. Yo, man, you women are gonna be fucked up. Y'all gonna be messed up. And I'm gonna tell you something. The majority of you women, man, we ain't gonna want you, man. You nasty things that walk around here now. And I'm gonna say something else. A lot of you women that like certain women that, let's say, brothers might have tried to get with, and you front it. Man, you better not come around, man. You better not come around. Any woman that let's say that we might have wanted to get with, and you ain't want, you was what's the word, posting high or stunting, your ass is gonna be out there, man. And it's gonna be just like the Book of Eli and the Road and the Purge. Now in the Book of Eli, right, and also in the Road, they showed you, man, like when they caught a woman in the Book of Eli, there was a scene. Denzel was on that mission. And there was a couple. It was a man walking with his woman, and I guess they had some kind of goods, or they had some resources. They might have had a little water, little food, and them guys on the bike, them dudes, them renegades that work for Gary Oldman. You know, he used to send them out to scavenge and shit. And they rolled up on him. As soon as they rolled up, they shot the man in the head. They shot him right in the head. Then they took the woman and they gang raped her, man. They gang raped her, and then they took their shit, and then afterwards they shot her. After they did what they wanted with her, they got their shit off. You know, they passed her around, and then they shot her, and then they took their shit. That's what's coming. Okay, so you punk ass men, you dudes out here, you got a nice car, you got and you driving around, and you got the fine woman sitting next to you. Y'all punk asses are gonna lose out, man. And you Edomites, man. But you know, I want to read this scripture right here. Zechariah 8:16, right? Because Elder Tahar had made a statement earlier. You're supposed to be pushing out the truth. You ain't supposed to be out here trying to wake up these black conscience guys, man. Or nobody for that matter. That if a guy can't see it, then like Yaquab said, just forget him. We moving on. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Abba used to say the same thing. We moving on. And Yaquab used to say this, which Yaquab was a protege to Abba. That was the attitude, man, of them old time elders, man. They were like, look, Yaquab and a nigga used to come into school and shit, and couldn't get it. And I remember this because I came into school and I had the pleasure to come up under those men as well. High Priest Yaquab and them. High Priest Yaquab is to sit right there, and if a nigga was in the class I couldn't get it, Yaquab said, look, man, it's time for you to leave, man. Somebody get this nigga out of here. We're going to have to check your lineage, man. Yaquab would question whether you was an Israelite, man.
He might be a Hamite.
I don't know. This guy might be an Edomite, man. We got to check his lineage. Get this nigga out of here. Because he had a short fuse for that shit, man.
It was up in age. Didn't have to do
Yeah, because when you get old, especially when you get a little older, you know, when you're young, man, when you first come in the truth, like I'm speaking for myself, and I'm pretty sure it was Elder Gabar, when we first came in the truth, when we were younger men and shit, we were trying to teach everybody, man. Get on the train and shit, you come from the school, you all fired up, then you get on the subway, making your way back home, and you see some simple-minded niggas on the train, you sit there trying to arguing, and look, brother, and the dudes will be arguing with you, and you get into a damn almost fist fight, trying to convince these guys of the truth. You know, that's when you was young. Or you try to teach a woman. You know what I'm saying? You try to teach a woman. But you know, when you get older, I'm talking about in age and in the truth, you ain't got time for that, man. That's why, I mean, we get on Nate because the Spirit got us getting on Nate. But, and Johanna, so on and so forth. But mainly we about this pushing out the prophecies, man, so that the elect, so that the brothers out there of the elect can get it. Okay? This is Zechariah 8:16.